Hello YouTube, it's the Tempest. I'm here with a new deck profile. This is another one of those decks, kind of like my last Dimension Police deck that kind of just comes out of that corner of my mind where the Vanguard things like to hide or whatever. This is a deck that basically has 25 triggers in it. Now, some of you might be asking, well, how is that possible? There's no point. You can't play more than 16 triggers, right? Well, okay, there is a deck. There are many grade 3s where if you drive check a grade 3, it'll give them 5,000 power. So basically, what I built this deck for was to make it so half the deck was triggers. And if half the deck is triggers, that means that it raises your theoretical chance of getting a trigger up to 25% for a double trigger, basically on every drive check. So it punishes your opponent for two-hit passing your Vanguards, and yeah, it's pretty useful. Alright, so testing went well. It's a Royal Paladin deck. Basically, Royal Paladin is the only deck that the only clan you can play this deck in, unfortunately. Because, and I'll explain why in a minute, but yeah. So yeah, we're just gonna get right into it. Maybe. Okay. So, we got the starting Wingo Brave. He's pretty simple, you know, just a standard 5k Pioneer starter. Using for your Blaster Blades. Trigger lineup is standard 12 crit, basically, and then 4 heal. You want to play 12 crit in this deck because stands are worthless, basically, in this deck. You want to punish them for guarding 2 to pass, so you want to have as much power on your Vanguard as possible. Alright, for grade 1s, we got 3 Marin. Basically, because I only have space for 3, but really, it's just a consistent attacker, consistent booster. It's very good for just giving things power, and I have Paladins in here, so you need it to make big columns. 3 Mirror Biru. This deck has so many grade 3s because of the trigger ratios. So what I decided to do was play 3 of these guys, so when the boosting attack hits, you can discard and draw. So to get rid of your extra grade 3s. Pretty useful. It's also a high boost, which means it's searchable by High Dog Breeder or Kane. Pretty good. 4 Toy Poogle. Pretty much the same reason I'm playing Marin. Is a strong booster. Just for everything. Helps you hit for the 2 stages over crossroads, which is important. So yeah. One thing you could do is you could only play 3 of these. You play like 4 Mirror View or 4 Marin or something. Personal preference. I like 4 of this guy because he's just so strong. And then 4 Perfect Guards. Every deck needs 4 Perfect Guards. This deck especially since you need to discard your grade 3s to help get your Perfect Guards off. Alright. Grade 2s, we got 4 Blaster Blades. He's a pretty strong Vanguard or Rear Guard. Basically, he's in here just to, well, okay, I'll show you in a minute, but like, yeah, you need to play 4 of them here. It's for your Bingo Brave starter, it's for your Gancelot searching, because I play 4 Gancelot. Yeah. Next we got 3 Kane, help you switch out your high beasts. Yeah, pretty standard stuff. Last we got 2 Gordon. You could play 2 Lamrack or 2 Galatine or something. What he does for you is he's basically just more defense. With 10 grade 3s, you have not much defense power in here at all. So, very good for that extra 10k intercept. Alright, so yeah, you may notice that I'm only playing 9 grade 2s. I'll get into why in a second. Alright, for grade 3s, you're playing 4 Crimson Butterfly. What she does is when you drive check a grade 3, she gains 5k power. That's pretty good. It basically turns your grade 3s into triggers, right? Yeah, exactly. So she's your main Vanguard of the deck. Next we got 2 Gancelot. Ideally I'd be playing 4, because when you have them in your hand you can use them for Jet Blaster Blade. That means he can play either grade 3 or grade 2. And the other thing about him is that you can recycle him, put him back in your deck. It's always good to have recyclable triggers, so that means he's always more fodder to power up your Brigettes later. So play 4 if you can. I only own 2. I'm going to try and get 2 more so I can make this deck good. And then our last grade 3 is where we got 2 Alfred to in place of the other 2 Gancelot. It's just a good, consistent attacker, and it can act as a backup Vanguard and kind of like stream cost something. And then the last 2 Palamutes because it's Palamutes and it's amazing with everything in this deck. So yeah, basically what you do is you play this, and then you drive check grade 3s constantly, and drive check crit triggers constantly, so when your opponent first 2 to pass, you have an incredibly high chance of getting this through. And when that fails, you have this as a backup, because this is a 3-stage column, basically on its own with any of the grade 1s. So yeah. So yeah, that's my random 25 trigger Royal Paladin deck. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to comment with questions and suggestions. Yeah, thanks for watching.